Have you ever wished that you could go back in time and share advice with your younger self? Maybe to tell yourself to let go of a toxic friend or boyfriend that's in your life? Or maybe you just want to tell yourself to quit turning down those awesome opportunities because you just don't think you're good enough. Or maybe you need to tell yourself to spend more time with friends and family that aren't going to be there forever. I'm sure that we all have experiences that we wish that we could change. While we're not able to alter the past, we still can metaphorically speak to our younger selves through letters. I first discovered letters to my younger self when seeking a new mindfulness practice at the heart when things in my life weren't quite the best. For years, I had engaged in yoga and meditation practices to distress and find a new balance. However, amongst all the heartache that I had very little motivation to attend to myself or refocus any of my attentions. I remember Googling how to get over it and mindfulness for heartbreak. Who else has done this? Who can relate? Hoping that I would discover some sort of quick remedy or straightforward advice for moving on with my life. Though, of course, I didn't find a solution for instantaneous healing. I did, although, uncover many blogs with thoughtful letters from people who had written to to their younger selves to help them mindfully get unstuck from their past. Willing to try anything new, I wrote the first letter to my younger self. While the single act of writing did not heal me, it was cathartic and a rewarding process. I imagined my younger self reading the letters and realized that she would be so proud of who I had become and the wisdom I had gained. The younger me would have pretended, it's okay, and shoved everything down with all the sadness. But the older version of myself, who was unafraid to admit that I was struggling and seeking support, acknowledging the lessons that I had learned from all of my relationships and love in my younger years, reminded me of all the strength and resilience that I had when I really needed it most. Since then, I've continued to write letters to myself every year, each containing an insight gained over the year as I've gotten older. I continue to write these letters while it's a great activity of something that I like to do and you might want to try as well. They can help us acknowledge our past, explore our experiences, reflect on how these experiences have shaped us. They offer the opportunity to catalog the milestones that we've crossed and celebrate the big successes as well as the little ones too. It's a powerful activity for building one's self-esteem and self-love while practicing gratitude towards ourselves. They hold a space for negative thoughts and feelings while simultaneously opening up the possibilities to reframe them in our own minds or just helping us move past them. It's a chance to engage in self-care and to speak to ourselves with empathy and kindness. Personal letters can also provide us a platform to share with somebody else if we want to, if we change our minds. Do you want to try this for yourself? Do you want to write your own letter? Remember, it's a judgment-free practice. So I recommend writing something for you, something that you don't have to necessarily make or look or sound a certain way. It's just for you. There's no one there to judge you or to make you feel or be a different way. So if you don't want to talk about something, you don't have to. You only include what you really want to include. Think about a time in your life that you would like to write about. Begin by addressing it to your younger self. What might your younger version of yourself think of you today? What advice or insight would you offer them? What might you hear from your past experiences? What might they gain? What would be awesome for them? Name all of the emotions that you're feeling, attach them to your experiences, and give yourself the acknowledgement and the power to realize that those are what happened and it's okay to feel the way you feel. How are you feeling about your past experiences now? Is there something you'd like to move past or let go of? Consider shifting how you see it, how you perceive it in yourself. Give yourself space to forgive and heal. You're not broken, you're just stuck. You're stuck in the way that you currently feel. It's time to move on. Throughout your entire letter, remember to be kind and gentle with yourself. There might be things that you wish were different, but it's important not to remain stuck on the circumstances that we can't alter. Instead, remind yourself that you are worthy of respect and compassion, regardless of what happened in your past. Know what you appreciate about yourself now and the qualities that you admire. When we speak kindly to ourselves, we move past the negative thinking patterns and to embrace the opportunities to learn to love oneself. Remember that if you don't acknowledge it, you don't accept it, you can't move past it. It is something that we all do and that we all have. Moving past it is the first key. You can't change the past. You can only accept it and embrace it and move on.